Buffet Networking Podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Rioch, known as the King of Networking, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. Joining us today from Tutwiler, Mississippi, is Hans Hageman. He's a transformational coach, and right now is executive director of the Tutwiler Community Education Center, an organization that uses education, arts, and small business development to model revitalization for residents of small towns. Hans has also started and led organizations for underserved children in Harlem in the United States, Kenya, and in India. So Hans, what does it mean to be a heart-centered leader?
Well, Tom, I had to learn it the hard way, but being a heart-centered leader means leading with things like empathy and compassion and authentic connection versus struggling to connect in a more strategic fashion or being transactional, which is something that really is a pet peeve, or holding out authority over other people to get them to do what you want to do.
Just, you mean the boss figure?
The boss figure, that's right, with all that means in terms of hierarchy and everything else. I wasn't great at it, and that's why I joined the military to learn how to take orders, and I'm still working on it at the age of 65.
So that's really where your site comes from. It's called olderbutStronger.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Older but stronger. People view aging in different ways. I feel very much alive. I feel like I'm at my best right now, and a lot of that comes from those experiences and making this shift to figuring out what true leadership is supposed to look like.
Well, I have to agree with you because I'm at my age. I think in today's world, aging is a factor, and aging is relevant to today's what's happening out there. And even it's back to what you do with children. They have to understand that they have to just keep gaining experience and adding that on. And those are bricks in the wall, right? You just keep building on that.
Those are very much bricks in the wall. And one of the things that bothers me in terms of the people that I coach and work with, or the students that I work with, is that they're not taught how to learn. And then that's the most important skill. And teachers, I respect them. I've done the teaching thing, but I now view myself as more of a guide, mentor, and coach to help people facilitate their own learning. And it's very individualized. It's very personalized. And once they learn how to learn, that's a skill, as you say, that takes them into the future, into, my age kind of territory.
So back what we said, so as the heart-centered leader, it's better to think with your heart than your head?
Well, absolutely. And science shows that you're getting many more nervous system signals coming from the heart than you do from the brain. And if you start out with intention to be loving and compassionate and showing people that, yes, as a boss, I'm still human, I still have my own flaws, and I'm going to try to relate to you through yours because we're all here trying to just do the best that we can.
Or should be doing that.
Yes.
Now, your clients, are they students? Are they business persons?
Well, it's interesting. I have a range of clients. What ends up happening is I work mostly with women. So I have worked with a woman who has a very big deal gymnastics operation here in the States. I've worked with another woman who's in the Basketball Hall of Fame and was a 6-time Olympic champion. I've worked with another woman who's tops in the makeup field in Hollywood. I've worked with somebody else from Sri Lanka who is a leading environmentalist and plastic recycler. So there are a range of occupations, but they all seem to be women for some reason, and I'm still trying to figure out why that is.
Well, from my experience, and I'm talking here specifically in Brazil today, and professionals that I know, women professionals, they take, and I'm going to say this in a way, they take things to the heart.
Okay.
Men are sort of objective, and they can't over it. It's all in the head. We're so objective, and I say we really have like 2 neurons. No, and women have a better understanding of everything. And so to that, and many times I feel that women feel that part of empathy, they consider that to be demerit and not to be an advantage. Sometimes they cover that up. I don't know if you see that.
Tom, thank you for that. That actually is going to help me going forward, because I've been trying to figure out what that is. And I have been identified as, quote, an alpha male, which is interesting to me, just in terms of the things that I've done in my life. However, that empathy piece and that heart-centered piece and being anti-fragile, which I think is also part of it, have informed how I work with people, how I coach them.
And I think that's it. And I think maybe the attraction that you have from your clients comes from that. Because it's not too many people that I see out there that are talking about heart-centered leaders. Everything seems to be, number crunching and projects and everything else. But the soft side, what we see today, it's the soft side that has higher value.
Absolutely. I mean, what people do term the soft skills, I think, particularly in the age of artificial intelligence, are going to be more important to serve as a differentiator. And that's what I tell these kids down here in Mississippi. And that's what I tell the clients across the country and around the world that I work with, that those soft skills are going to be coming to the fore, and that they need to pay the same amount of attention as they would to putting together some kind of data set or analyzing something.
No, I fully agree with you. So Hans, how can our listeners find you?
The easiest places to find me are on LinkedIn or at olderbutStronger.com, where I am creating a membership and coaching community.
Very good. And that's online. They can find you all the time, right? So you're looking for a global audience, right?
Yes, sir. And I'm easy to find.
I would hope so. I thought you are. So it is. It's career and self-development mentor, Hans E. Hageman, right?
That's right. Thank you.
So thanks for being here.
This is a great opportunity, and I'm clearer in my thinking now, Tom. Thank you.
Well, that's how we learn from each other.
Yes, sir.
And to our audience, it's Hans, H-A-N-S. The last name is H-A-G-E-M-A-N. You find him on LinkedIn and olderbutStronger.com. olderbutStronger.com. Cafe Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at focusmi.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Cafe and Networking Podcast.